Mary, Mary Matta, Mary Matta 297 says hi. Hello, welcome everybody. I need to turn on some light. Hi, Mimi says hi. Welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday or Tuesday, whatever the time it is for you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday or Tuesday, whatever day of the week it is for you. Hello there, everybody. Like this live if you don't mind. Like the live. Nothing's going on. I'm just hanging out. How's everybody doing? Thank you. I got one like for the live. Thank you so much. Hello there, everybody. Now, let me know if you guys can hear me. Like the live. Please like the live. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, whatever day of the week it is. Red Hand Ink 1789 says, can hear you, beautiful lady. Why, thank you so much. I'm glad you can hear me. Hi there. How's it going? Frank Ramirez 8221 says, hi. Hello. Hi. Zoe Washington says, hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. How's everybody day going? I'm just relaxing on live for a bit. Sometimes I randomly go live on my channel, so I decided to go live because I'm not doing nothing. So I decided to go live. So how's everybody doing? I hope you all are having a wonderful day or night. Red Hand Ink. Red Hand Ink says, so what are we talking about? Anything. We are talking about anything. It's just I'm just going live randomly. I have no topic in mind. I'm just here to say hey to everybody. Talk to some people I have never spoken to before. Frank Ramirez says here in, well, I cannot pronounce that. Sweden, okay. Our time is 5:17. Wow. For me it's 5:08. I mean, for me it's 8:18. Is it our Frank Ramirez? Is it already Tuesday? I'm sure it's already Tuesday. in Sweden. Nicole, I swear it's so hard for me to see the names. I have to get like super close to the screen. Nicholas, no. Nicole, a court, a court. 4612 says hi. Hi. True. Oh, snaps. True Grizzlies. I think I'm gonna call you True. I like that. Which one? Which one do you prefer? True. I like True. I've been calling you Grizzlies. Good to see you. Grizzlies in the house. Hey, hi Grizzly. Grizzly says, "What's up, Chrissy?" Hi there. How are you? Let me know if you like True or Grizzlies. Let's see here. Frank Ramirez, yes, here. Oh wow, so it's already Tuesday. Wow, it's still Monday for me. It's still Monday for me. Oh, ah, sincerely, Chrissy's in the house. Si- sincerely, Chrissy is in the house. How's it going, Skylar? Did I just say sincerely, Chris? Did you see what I did there? Since I said sincerely, Chris, did I really just do it? Sincerely, Skylar, and I don't know where my mind. See, it's Monday. Sincerely, Skylar is in the house, not sincerely, Chrissy. I don't know what. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I talking about? Hi, Skylar. Skylar, Skylar. I said sincerely. I still can't believe I said sincerely, Chrissy. What the heck? What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hi, Skylar. Frank Ramirez says, "Oh, I like your voice. You like my voice? Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Frank Ramirez. Gracias. ¿Se habla español? Me habla piquito español. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Um, Kennedy Bender says, "Hey, hi." Um, True says, "About call it a day, working AM, shaking my head, come to say hello. Everyone be safe." I know that's right. True. Okay, True is fine. Okay, True. Yeah, I like that. I like calling you True. Okay, instead of Grizzly. So I'm gonna call you True. But yes, thank you for just quickly stopping by. You can always just come back and play this live again. But yes, sincerely, Skylar says, "Ha ha ha, hi boo. How are you today?" Skylar, I can't believe I still can't believe I said sincerely, Chrissy. Oh my gosh. It's been a long day. I'm still just tripped up off of that. I just can't. But hey, boo, it's you know what? It's going good. It's like every time I go live, I feel good. Like Skylar, about an hour ago, I was like, man, I don't feel good. I need to go live. I was not feeling well. And I'm gonna talk to you guys more about that. Let me just catch up on some let me catch up on the comments. I'm gonna tell you more about that, Skylar. Yeah, about an hour ago, man. I was like, okay, I'm not feeling okay. I need to go live or something. I need to distract myself. So I'm glad I'm laughing and smiling because man, about an hour ago, I'll tell you guys more about what's going on. Um, Frank Ramirez says, "I speak Spanish, Swedish, and a little English." Wow, okay. Spanish and Swedish and a little English. Wow, okay. I only know Spanish. I know a little bit of Italian, just a little bit of Italian, a little bit of Spanish. Okay. Um, Sincerely, Skylar says maybe you should change your name on here to that. We'll be twins. I know, right? Might as well. Sincerely, Chrissy. I still can't believe I said that. Sincerely, Chrissy's in that. What the heck? Like, what the heck? Did you see the way I caught myself and I said, wait a minute. Am I calling her sincerely? Exactly. We'll be twins. Exactly. Almost got the same channel name. But how's it going for you, Skylar? I need to turn on some more. Should I turn on my bathroom light? Because it's getting dark in here. Yeah, so let me just oh crap, I got 5 likes in my life. Thank you guys for those 5 likes. Um, what the heck was I gonna talk about? Oh, okay. See, I told you I got bad memory. Sincerely, Skylar says, I wasn't feeling good either. I was just telling my son I'm like about to play. I'm about to okay, play The Sims because I'm feeling off. I was feeling off today. Exactly. I was feeling off today. So I'm like, I gotta go live because I already told you guys that I need to go live more than just Wednesday, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta distract myself because I feel off. And Kennedy Minner says, I love your hair. Oh, thank you. I like to purposely make it messy. So I'm always doing this. Like I like to just purposely make this hair so messy purposely. But thank you so much, Kennedy. But yes, Skylar, I was feeling off. Okay. So here's what I want to talk to you guys about. It looks great. I want to do my hair. Kennedy says, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I say people's names. So when people play this live back, but Kennedy, I'm gonna just say Kennedy says it looks great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kennedy. And welcome. Okay, my name is Chrissy. I think I've never seen you before. I'm not sure if you're one of my subscribers, but welcome to my live, Kennedy. Welcome to my live. Okay. So I appreciate the compliments. Okay. I can use some compliments right now. So yes. But welcome. Nice to meet you. But yes, Skylar, I was feeling off. Okay. So this is what I want to tell you guys, talk to you guys about. Hold on, I'm getting a text message that's getting on my nerves. Okay, let me know if you guys can relate to this. So, anyways, I'm not sure. Okay, I see three people in here. I know Skylar. You know Skylar knows I have mental illnesses. This is a mental health niche. Okay, a mental health channel. Okay, just to not confuse anybody. But let me know if you guys can relate to this because I've been depressed so long. Okay, I'm talking years of depression, right? Because I've been depressed so long, when I am finally happy, because Skylar, you've been watching my channel for a while, and I wear a mask sometimes. I talk about wearing the mask, feeling fake and things like that. So Skylar knows, right? So with that being said, when I am finally like truly happy, okay, true, I'm talking like deep in my happiness, I get anxiety. It feels weird to truly be happy. I cannot hang on to not joy because I can feel joy, okay? But when I'm finally like resting in happiness, I get like a panic attack and then it's gone because of the anxiety. Let me know if you guys can relate to that, especially if you have like mental illnesses. This is what I was experiencing today. I had like like a touch, like a sprinkle of happiness, you guys, that only lasted like a few seconds because I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This feels very foreign to me. Let me know if you guys can relate to that. Like, I can never hang on to true happiness. I can't. It feels so weird because I've been depressed so long. I'm talking years of depression that when I am finally resting in happiness, true happiness, I get a panic attack. Like my heart starts pounding, it feels strange and it's gone and the happiness is gone. So this is what I've been experiencing. I had a good day today. Okay? I had a good day today. Um nothing weird with my coworkers pissing me off. There's nothing that happened today on Monday that could have triggered this. I should have held on to my happiness at least for 10 minutes. Let me read the comments. Sincerely, Skylar says, yes, impending doom. She also says, yes, 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 completely relate. Yes. It's like, okay, it's like, oh no, it's something bad about to happen. Exactly. That's another thing too. It's the anxiety with it. It feels like, and I'm not even going to say that I'm not deserving. That's not even what that is either. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I'm not deserving to be happy. So let me just step on my happiness. No, 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 no. It's not even that. It's because, see, okay, let me get my thoughts together. It's like because when we are feeling these type of emotions, right, for so long, there's like layers, like a wall, right? We build up this wall, and it's almost like I guess you could say we don't know how to experience that emotion yet. It's almost like that emotion is being introduced to us as if we are like a child. Okay, think about a child experiencing the different emotions, right? It's kind of like that because BPD, borderline personality disorder, stems from childhood. Okay, I'm not going to go into details about my childhood, but like I said, and my anxiety stems from my childhood. My BPD stems from childhood. My generalized anxiety definitely stems from childhood. So because of all these, I'm in my 40s, okay? I just made 40. So we're talking years of anxiety. Now the BPD, I didn't get that diagnosed until in the 30s, but I knew something was off. I knew I had BPD in my 20s. I knew I did. I knew something was wrong. So I think this is why it feels so weird to experience happiness. It's foreign to me. Like, what the freak? Like, my happiness only lasted like 10 seconds. The moment because I sat down, okay, I sat down in my living room and I got home from work, putting my stuff away. And I just like, I felt happy. Like, man, I feel happy. But then I'm like this, you guys. And then I'm holding on to my chest because the anxiety is coming like, oh crap, I'm happy. What the heck is this? Am I really happy? And then and then the thoughts. And then the happiness is gone. Let me read these comments here. Ralph Prayberry. Ralph Prayberry says, hi. Hi and sub. Thank you so much for subbing. Thank you. We're talking about some mental health junk over here. So if you suffer with mental illnesses, you found the right channel. Because over here, we talk about our mental state over here, okay? Blue says, hi. Hi, Blue. Hi, Blue. So yes, I'm glad Skylar can relate to that. I had a feeling, you can relate to this, Skylar, because we got the same mental illness. We both have BPD. And I think you said you consider yourself the quiet type, right, Skylar? I think you're the quiet type. So I mean, that was just going on. And I hate that. I want to talk to my therapist. I see my therapist. When the heck do I see my therapist? Next week? Yeah, next week. And I'm going to let her know that I cannot hang on to happiness. It feels weird to be happy, to like truly be happy. Like right now, you guys see me in a good mood, right? You see Chrissy in a good mood, and you're like, no, Chrissy, you're happy to me. You look happy to me. You're fine. You're smiling. You're laughing. This is, how do I call this? I'm not masking because I do feel fine. I don't want to say that I'm being fake to you guys. This is just, this is just me vibing. There you go. I'm vibing. Okay. I'm just vibing. I want to experience true happiness without the anxiety. And it's almost like depression wants to be a hater, right? Depression is a hater. Depression is also something like, oh, no, you're not. You're not going to be happy on my watch. So we can definitely say depression plays a huge role in this. Um, but I think this is more like an anxiety thing because I'm not used to it. I need to ask my therapist, like, what the heck is this? What is this called? And how do I hang on to true happiness? Okay, that's the key word. I think I want to make a video about this. I want to make a video about this. I swear. Like, I get so pissed when I can't hang on to happiness. I get so pissed. Okay, Skylar says, yeah, for sure, quiet. I think I only show it when I'm really, really comfortable with someone. Quiet. Yes, so you're the quiet type. Blue says, I changed my profile. Blue? Wait, so do I know you? Wait, hi. Blue. You know what? Your username looks, what was your old username? I had a feeling your username looked familiar. I remember I used to talk to someone named Blue. What was your other name, Blue? But yeah, so quiet BPD, yeah. My quiet BPD, you won't know. We hold our emotions in the inside, it's internalized. Our symptoms are internalized. We will give you the silent treatment. We will not tell you what's wrong with us. We will keep saying, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But deep down inside, we're screaming, right? Deep down inside, we're screaming because we're not the traditional classic type, where the traditional classic type will show their emotions. You will see them lashing out. They will manipulate, and well, quiet BPD people, we can manipulate too. I take that back. But yeah, you're the quiet type too. I consider myself the quiet type. So yeah, that's just what's going on. So I'm like, let me distract myself and let me go live. Let me go live and talk about this. So yeah, Skylar relates to this. That's awesome. I'm glad you do. So that's what I want to talk to my therapist about. Is like, what does that mean when you just cannot hold on to like true happiness? And I know what it is. I know what it is. It's just because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. It's just the years and the years and the years of anxiety, the years and the years and the years of the depression. So when I'm finally trying to feel happy, it's like I don't know what that feels like. And I'm not talking about joy. I can feel joy. I know what joy means. I know what, the things that I do makes me joyous. Like I love to draw. Okay. I used to be really good at drawing. But now my drawing kind of sucks, but I love to draw. So that makes me happy. I know I know it gives me joy. So that I don't want to confuse joy with happiness. Although people do look at joy and happiness the same, I look at joy and happiness separate. Um, that's just how my brain operates. So I love roller skating. I'm well, not skating. I love blading. I like roller blading. Yeah, these are things that make me happy. But yeah, I just want to hang on to happiness a little longer. I need to experience happiness. But this is a good thing. You know what? Let me also say this. When I am finally experiencing happiness, and even if I'm holding on to it for 10 seconds, let me tell you guys this. I'm not sure if you suffer with Skylar, let me know if you have like depression or anything. Um, but this is for people that want to play back my life. Because I know I don't have a lot of people in here. So if you are playing back this live, I'm talking to you because there's not a lot of people in here. I only see one. But anyways, you know what I love though when I am in that moment of true happiness. So that's the key word is true happiness. When I am finally experiencing it, like finally feeling it, I swear it's such an amazing feeling. I swear it is. It is. For a person that's like with a major depressive disorder, MDD, that's a chronic type of depression, right? A chronic type of depression that takes people out of the world. And you know what I mean by that? That takes people out of the world. MDD is serious, okay? So many people with MDD feel like they're gonna never be happy. Like I'm never gonna be happy. My world is over. My world is ruined. If you have MDD or any type of depression, it doesn't have to be chronic. Let me tell you this. True happiness does exist. And I felt it for like a few seconds, several times for the 40 years I've lived. When I do experience this, even if it's 10, 5, 10, 15 seconds, man, true happiness feels a freaking amazing. It does. And I think this is why I have these panic attacks. When I finally feel like real happiness, true happiness, it does exist. It does. And yes, yes, depression can just bring you down, right? Depression can just bring you down and make it gets you in this hole, right? A dark hole. Depression lies to you. It makes you feel like you're not worthy. Depression tells you to take yourself out. I hope that's not too sensitive for YouTube, but I'm telling you, and I think that's what I'm saying. I think when I'm finally feeling happy, I think depression is like one of the reasons why I can't hang on to this true happiness because depression is a hater. Depression is a hater. But yeah, that is what I want to vent about. And I might want to do a video. I swear I need to make this a video topic because I know there's more people that experiencing this more than just me and you, Skylar, about what it feels like to be in true happiness. Like what does that feel like? And I know it feels amazing. I swear, just the 10 minutes, like I'm like, whoa, I'm actually freaking happy. And then here comes the panic attacks. Here comes the thoughts and stuff. And next thing you know, the happiness is gone. And this is something like my true happiness is very rare. When I tap into true happiness, when I tap into my true happiness, it does not last. I mean, I said that already. It takes a while for me to experience it again. It's rare. And that's why I'm so mad that I don't hang on to it. Sincerely, Skylar says, could you tell me what your depression feels like? Sure, of course, Skylar. So, depression, especially MDD. So let me take it back to February. because February is when I said is when the depression episode. They're like waves, right? They're like waves. My depression is like a wave. When I'm having that wave, depression makes you feel like literally like you do not exist anymore. And I think this is why a lot of people with chronic depression, I'm talking chronic depression, not just, okay, I'm depressed because someone passed away, which it can turn to chronic. It turns to chronic when your depression is about six, like more, like if it's longer than 6 months to a year. I don't want to give anybody false information, but from my knowledge, always do your research. I think depression turns to chronic is when you're experiencing it too long. So I'm not just talking basic depression, we're talking MDD here. So when an episode comes, you literally feel like you do not exist. You're stuck in this hole, right? You're in this dark hole. Nothing can take you out of it, no matter what. Nothing can take you out. You're stuck in this swamp of sadness. Have you ever saw the movie The Never Ending Story? Let me know. It's a movie from the 80s. You may not heard of it, but remember, if you saw this movie, or if anybody's going to replay this live and watch this live later, comment below The Never Ending Story. It's this swamp called the Swamp of Sadness. And what's that dang boy's name? Akai. Oh man, I forgot his name from The Never Ending Story. I can't think of his name. Let me think of his name. Let me get my what is this boy name from the movie? Oh my gosh. But anyways, the boy, he had a horse. He had a horse. They were crossing the swamp, and his horse drowned in the swamp of sadness. The boy was trying to tell his horse, do not think of sad thoughts because you're going to drown and die. That's kind of what it feels like when you're in an MDD episode. The more you think of sad stuff, the more you're calling yourself worthless, the more you're telling yourself, it's probably better that I'm not here anymore because I feel like a burden to everybody anyways. People don't care about me anyway. The more you have these negative thoughts, you drown deeper into the swamp of sadness. Um, so yeah, let me know if you heard of this movie. I think his name is let me see. Because now it's gonna start bothering me if I don't know his name. What is that little boy name? But yeah, it's called Never Ending Story. But that's what it feels like, Skylar. It just you just feel like nothing. Yes, I've never seen it. Oh, you're gonna love it then. If you like mystical, like magical mystical movies, especially from the 80s, you have got to see The Never Ending Story. I can watch, you know what? It makes me want to watch this for bedtime. Let me see his name, that boy that had the horse. But that is what it feels like, Skylar. Like you will feel like your world is done. Like even breathing air into your lungs, right? Feels like I don't deserve this air in my lungs. You don't feel like nothing is deserving at all. You feel numb as freak, numb. And when the thoughts really get deep, oh man, this is why I don't want to marinate in depression because of the psychosis that I get that comes with the depression. And I talked about that on my channel too, the psychosis. Let me see. Let me see. Atreyu. I think his name is Atreyu. Okay, what is I'm looking for his name because it's gonna bother me if I don't know his name. I know it's Atreyu. I think it's Atreyu. Yep, I was right. Atreyu. Okay, so Atreyu. Yeah, so he had this horse, Artex. I think that's the horse name, Artex. And yeah, Artex drowned because he was sad. He was stuck in the saddest swamp, the swamp of sadness, and he was trying to tell his horse, don't think of sad thoughts because you're just gonna drown. That's what it felt like. You're drowning. We're drowning in sadness. That is what MDD feels like. Yeah, but you gotta see it. If you have a tablet, because I know you're using your phone to watch me, Skylar, this watch this live. So if you have like a tablet or a computer, I know you got a computer because you play Sims. Go ahead and search that. Search Never Ending Story. I swear you're gonna like it, Skylar. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And it's hot. I'm telling you, let me know when you see it, okay? I need to know when you see this movie because I want to know your thoughts, okay? I can see you liking this movie. And it's let's see here. Realizing Realizan says, "Hi, how are you?" Hi there. I'm fine. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Thank you for joining my live. Skylar says, "Okay, thank you for explaining it." Oh, you're welcome. That's the best way I can explain it. And I've been making a lot of my depression videos and stuff like that on my channel, Skylar. So you can check those out. Because I know I was talking a lot about depression. Now, as you can see, I'm talking more about BPD. I just uploaded a video yesterday, Skylar, about gray areas. You know how we have BPD and we split, right? We have splitting and we do black and white. So I talked about in that video, if you haven't seen it yet, like examples of gray areas and how to fix it, like how to get out of that trap. So, Skylar, if you suffer with like black and white thinking and idolizing someone and then you're devaluing that person and you're looking at this person as good or bad and evil and all that stuff, then check out that video. I was showing some examples, different scenarios of gray areas because I'm always hearing people like when I'm watching BPD content and when I hear people talk about black and white, they always say, "Oh, black and white, you're looking at somebody good and bad, you're splitting." And then, we don't think about the gray areas, but they don't explain the gray areas and details. I'm a type of I love to learn. Like I need details so something can click. So I'm like, you know what? What the heck is a gray area? I need to see examples of gray areas. So that's why I made that video. So Skylar, if you suffer with the black and white thinking, make sure you get the chance to check out that video. Yeah, and yes, Imma look it up. Yes, look that up definitely. And let me know. Let me know if you like I swear I can see you liking it right now. You were like, "Oh, snaps." I love those movies from the 80s too. The movie you can't beat the movies from the 80s. But yes. I'm gonna be on live for about until 9. So just hang in there with me. I don't know if you're busy. If you're busy, Skylar, you can go, but it's 8:45 for us. I know we're in the same time zone. So, 15 minutes, let's hang out for 15 minutes. I'm gonna go all the way to 9 o'clock. But yes. So Skylar, let me ask you this. Is BPD your only and you don't have to answer this question, or if you want to answer this question and say, "Hey, make sure you edit this out." I can edit it out cuz I can edit my lives before I upload them. Um do you have any other mental illnesses or is BPD your only mental illness? So like I said, you don't have to answer it, or if you do answer it, let me know if you want me to edit that out cuz from what it looks like it's just me and you in here. Says no talk all night. Hey, okay, talk all night. Exactly. I know that's right. I'm like, I said, let me not get in my pajamas because we're gonna have a pajama party one day. I swear. If I'm in my pajamas, you probably in your pajamas right now. But y'all gonna catch me on live with my PJs, okay? I think I said that in my Friday live when I went live on Friday on my lunch break. I'm like, y'all gonna catch me in my pajamas with my bonnet on. Where my bonnet at? This how y'all gonna catch me. Let me get my bonnet. I ain't trying to get no split ends. I ain't trying to get no split ends over here. You know how long it took? It's taking me 2 years to grow my edges back because of this product I bought that had good reviews too. This product has good reviews, and I'm like, let me try this. Man, that mess got me bald from the sides. So I'm like, let me make sure I wear my bonnet at night. Look at me. And this look. You better work it. You better work this bonnet. Let me stop. Okay, I need to edit this part out. What am I doing? But y'all want to see my pajamas. Shoot. Cecilia Skyler says, I've been diagnosed with BPD and supposedly a mood disorder, but my psychiatrist didn't want to label me with bipolar, but I'm not too sure on it. And also anxiety. Okay. And that's the thing. The bipolar is what I was first diagnosed before the BPD. So, and that's interesting because I've been mentioning this on my video, even in your comment section. I remember one of your videos, Skylar. I remember saying how bipolar was I was diagnosed with that before I got my BPD diagnosed. And my psychiatrist was like, no, this don't sound like bipolar. This don't sound like bipolar. This sounds like borderline personality disorder. And I didn't know what the heck that was. And boy, Skylar, when she was telling me what BPD was, and I took that, you got to take a questionnaire. It's like, I think 9 questions. And she says, this is BPD. And I swear, Skylar, when she was telling me about this, I was like, oh my God, this is me. This is, especially when she talked about attachment. And what else did she talk about? Detachment and I think the splitting. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is it. This is it." And then when they referred me to DBT, man, Skylar, I walked into DBT with my hands like this. I was so stubborn. I was like, "This ain't gonna work." I said, "What the heck is this?" And I was in the class, like in the group class with like other people in there. I think it was like maybe 8 of us, 9 of us with BPD. And they were passing out the books and stuff because it was my first one. I think my first module was mindfulness. I'm sure you taken some DBT before, right, Skylar? That was my first module. I'm like, what the heck is this? Man, when we got into like DBT and was getting on, reading the material and stuff like that, I said, I can't believe this exists. I said, I cannot believe something like this exists for us. Skylar, I was hooked on DBT after that. I was like, I need to take all these modules. It took so long for me to take I think it was emotional regulation. I think it was either that one or interpersonal effectiveness. One of those modules it took me a long time to do because of work, but it took 5 years. It took 5 years to complete my DBT. But yeah, so you got the anxiety like me, the anxiety. But if you don't think you got bipolar, yeah, then just no, don't roll with that label. Don't roll with that label. I mean, like, nah, you know what? I don't think I got that. But if you know for sure, like, yeah, BPD and anxiety, then yeah, roll with those labels. I wouldn't roll with the because I'm like bipolar. When I got that diagnosis, I'm like, are you guys sure? Um, Skylar says, I think I might have panic disorder as well. And maybe OCD. You know what? I think I got that too. But between me and you, I haven't been open about my symptoms with my therapist because, I'm super nervous. And then Skylar also says, you never done DBT. I want to. Oh, okay. You know what, Skylar? Let me go back to the one when you said, about, being nervous about opening up. So you said being nervous about opening up about the panic disorder and the OCD or just the OCD? Which one do you feel nervous about opening up about to your therapist? And yes, you have got to take DBT. And I know DBT is not depending on your clinics and stuff like that. Some clinics don't even offer it, right? Some mental health clinics don't offer it, and maybe you have to pay because of insurance. But yeah, I've taken it and it took 5 years and it's a freaking amazing. Now I'm gonna do a spoil. Wait a minute, hold on, I'm getting tongue tied. A spoiler. There we go. Spoiler. I have to do my face like this just to say it. Spoiler alert. I was planning on doing like a DBT study group. Oh, like I already kind of spoiled some stuff with you and D. The guy that you're in my live with on Friday. So he's been rocking with me. You know, joining my lives and stuff like that. So him. So I did kind of Friday. I was talking about my Discord and all that stuff. So Skylar, I was thinking about doing a DBT study group. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'm gonna edit this out. So I don't want to because I don't want to put out there too many features for my channel. But yes, that's just between me and you. Let me see here. Skylar also says, where am I reading at? Okay. Oh, okay, about the OCD. Okay. And then Skylar also says, because recently my OCD has been messing with my eating habits. Oh, and I just don't want her to get worried. Oh, no, 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 no. See, here's the thing, Skylar. Let me say this. So they're therapists, right? They are therapists and they are psychiatrists and they're psychologists. This is their field, okay? And you don't have to take my advice. and you don't have to take my suggestions. I say that for YouTube, because YouTube, I don't want them getting on me. Don't be giving people advice. You're not a therapist. So, you don't have to take my advice. But I will say this, Skylar, do not feel nervous. This is their job. This is what they do, right? You can't make them nervous. You can't. Unless I would say this, and I could be wrong, unless they may be worried about you, if you know what I mean. If they, because they're trained, they are mandated reporters. And when I got my new therapist in August last year, she made sure, she says, "Oh, if you share something that gets my antennas like this, do know I am a mandated reporter." That's it. Their job is to make sure you're safe. They can't be nervous. So if that's what you mean by nervous, like, man, I don't want to share something too deep because I don't want her trying to think I'm going to do something to myself. Now, let me know if I'm nailing it. Now, if that's not the case, Skylar, then I highly recommend that you talk about the OCD. This is what they went to school for. This is what they have a degree for, to sit down with their patients for whatever how long and to hear you out. Therapy, remember, Skylar, therapy is the blueprint. That is what it is. People look at therapy like, oh, like it's negative. No, therapy is not all about getting your diagnosis. And therapy to me is just, and this is to me, personally, I see therapy like a blueprint. It's a roadmap. You talk to them what you got and what's going, not what you got. You talk to them about what's going on. They give you feedback and then you work on yourself. That's the point of therapy. Therapy is not only about venting. It doesn't Therapy don't stop there. And that's why you know what? I've been saying that on my channel all the time. Like, I'm a channel of healing. I don't want to come on YouTube, right? I've been saying that all the time, right, Skylar? If you watch my videos, which I know you do, I don't want to just keep talking about what I go through without a solution. I am a problem solver. So, Skylar, don't feel nervous. This is their field. This is what they went to school for. If you got to talk about that OCD, like, you know what? Let me see if I got this, especially if it's like messing with your eating habits. Oh, yes, Skylar, open up. Open up. That's just my opinion. And like I said, and just, of course, when you're ready, I don't mean to like open up on your next session. But yeah, let me see here. Okay. So, hold on, let me see. It says, "Oh, that sounds fun." Okay. So, yes, the DPT thing. So I just spoiled that a little bit. I'm just trying to see where I want this channel, because I got so much stuff going on. Like, I'm like, let me slow down, because so far I'm trying to do the Discord for the channel, and then the DBT thing is something in the future. But yes, definitely. So, because I know a lot of people can benefit from the DBT study group, and it's not like I'm teaching it. I'm not teaching because I know I'm not licensed to teach DBT, and I don't even think I could teach DBT as much as I read my material that they give us. That's why I want to call it a study group, that we're just studying the skills and practicing it. So that's what I mean by the study group. So, um, Skylar says, yes, exactly. I don't want to get sent to a grippy sock vacation. Yes, exactly. So if it's not that, if it's not that to the point where she is worried about you, see, she can't feel nervous. The only time a therapist or a psychiatrist will feel nervous is because of what you're sharing. Like, if they suspect harm or something like that. Okay, that is when they get nervous. But something like that, like, you know what? I think I have OCD and it's messing up my eating. Oh no, they can't be nervous. They're here to help us. They're here. This is when you sit down with them, Skylar, this is your time. This is your time. And utilize that hour, or 30 or 45 to an hour, whatever how long you see your therapist for, utilize that, the every second of it. But yeah, that's my thing to you. And my OCD, for instance, I think mine is more of a what will I say mine is? I'm gonna have to, you know what? I'm gonna have to read up more on it, because I don't want to sit there and say, "Oh, I think I got that too," when I'm like, "Nah, I don't think that's symptoms of OCD." Um, I'm gonna read more about OCD, because I know there's different types of OCD. It says, "Okay, I'll definitely think about how I want to bring it up to her." Exactly, exactly. Just take your time. Take your time. Write up a script if you like. Write a script. Think in your head, like, how do I want to bring this up to her? and then yeah. And then whenever you're ready, just mention, say, you're gonna be like, okay, you know what? I want to talk to you about something, and I need your opinion on this. And then bam, that's how you begin. Just begin by saying, there's something that's been on my mind that's been happening to me lately. And then, you want to mention how long, to say, oh, this been going on for a few years. Cause she's gonna ask you, like, how long has this been going on? So just say, like, you know what, I want to talk about this. It's been on my mind. And I'm not too sure, but I just want to know your perspective. I want to know your perspective. And bam, go straight to don't say OCD yet. Don't just say, I don't know if this is OCD. Don't say that yet until you explain what's going on. So first explain to her, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do this. Just say everything what's going on, and then give her a hint, like, could this be OCD, or could I don't know if this could be OCD, or could this be something else? Do not begin by saying, I think this is OCD. Just see what she says first. Or don't even mention OCD at all. Talk about what's going on without even saying OCD, just to see what she says. And after she says what she says, just say, but if she doesn't mention OCD, just say, but could this be OCD though? Because you can challenge a therapist. They don't all hold, they're not all knowledgeable. And yes, I said that. If a therapist ever watches this video, or a psychiatrist, sometimes you guys don't know what you're talking about. There's been a few times that I had to shut down a therapist, like, no. I said this, what you just said made no sense. I'm not, no. Okay. Advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself. And if you think like whatever she says to what you just said makes no sense, just say, but wouldn't you think that this is OCD because I do blah, 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 blah? Let's see here. Skylar says, okay. Oh, I think I read that already. Opiate says, God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too. But yes, Skylar. Is there a reason so going back to BPD, is there a reason why you're not why you haven't taken DBT group yet? Your DBT group, like, does your clinic offer it? I think you mentioned this before. I think you said your clinic doesn't offer it, I think. And also, Skylar, how long have you been diagnosed with your BPD? I've been diagnosed with this since for 10 years now. 2016 was my diagnose. So yeah, like, is there a reason why you haven't taken DBT, and how long? How long have you been diagnosed with it? Styler says, so my therapy is virtual. Okay. But honestly, every therapist that I tell that I have BPD, I remember you, I think I know where you're going with this. They don't see it. Yes, you talked about this. I think I even remember what you titled this. You titled this, Am I Faking My BPD? See, I'm a fan of you, Skylar. I'm a fan of you, girl. I watch your content. I sure do. And I have pretty good memory. If I like someone, you know how us BPD people do. When we like you, we can remember everything you did, what you said, what time. Yeah, but you made this video, you titled it, Am I Faking My BPD? And I remember you talking about how your therapists don't see it. I remember that. I remember that. Let me continue to read. Like my current therapist, she keeps saying she thinks I just have an anxious attachment. And I remember saying that pissed me off. I remember when I made a comment on that video and I said I did not like how your therapist says, "Oh, just because they can't see the symptoms mean you don't have it." Hello, lady. There's a such thing as quiet BPD. Yes, quiet BPD is not an official diagnose, and this is just like a label that we call ourselves. However, there is a such thing as quiet BPD. And how dare her to say that? Okay, how dare that triggered me. Not you, Skylar. Not you. You saying that didn't trigger me. That she triggered me. Man, my therapist better not say something like that to me. And my therapist, like, so the one I have, she's a new one. I had her since August. She knows, I can tell she works with BPD patients because she told me this, Skylar. She said, how will I know if you're having an episode of like a split? I can tell she really wanted to know. Like, she wanted, the way she wanted to know when I'm having a split to about her is almost like she wanted answers to a test. So I can tell she has experience with BPD because she's like, how will I know that you're having a split? And if it's about me, how will I know? And I couldn't explain it. I said, I told her, I said, I guess my body language, because I have quiet BPD. I told her if I get really quiet on you, that's one way. That's one way how to tell. But yeah, we want to make sure that we are seeing someone like a therapist or a psychiatrist who's worked with someone with BPD. I kid you not. Um, Siler says, so I guess I've just made it to the DBT step. Wait, so I guess I've just, oh, never made it to the DBT step. Interesting. And she was supposed to refer you. Skylar also says, I even bought a DBT workshop book, and I was reading it off to her. And I told her that I resonate with all of it. And she was like, well, it could just be CPTSD or anxious. Oh, this lady pisses me off. Your therapist pisses me. Your therapist, woo. I think it's because I'm thinking about mine for some odd reason. Skylar, when I tell you, I know you just being there. Just, I bet when she told you this, I can. How did? Let me ask you, how did you feel? Because I know if I'm bothered like this, I can imagine how bothered you were. I'm like, lady, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what's going on, and you keep dismissing me. Oh my goodness, Skylar, how did you feel? And she was supposed to refer you. 'Cause I know you say your DPT is your therapist is like your therapy is virtual. So let me ask you, do your clinic offers it to where you can have like it so you can have it in person, or is your DPT also virtual? Because how mine's worked, as soon as I got my diagnose, she referred me right away. She referred me to DBT right away. So she put a referral in, and I started the class the following week. Like that next week I was in DBT for it's a 2 weeks long class, and it's about 6 hours long. That's how much material it is. 6 hours long, I think, for 3 days out of the week. That's how intensive DBT is. Um Skylar says, I'm not completely sure. I'll have to ask. Okay, definitely. Definitely see if they offer it. And yeah, you're their therapist, Skylar. Ooh, Lord. So how is she now? How is your do you think, because I know you mentioned you might want to change. I think if I may remember, you say you may want to change your therapist. Is that something that you still feel like you want to do? Like change your therapist, or are you just gonna keep her because you don't want to go through all that whole, you know, changing of a therapist and all that stuff? Because I know that can be a nightmare. That can be a headache. Changing therapists can be a headache. I can never get the same one. The one I had before, the one I got right now, I only had her for 2 years, I think. I mean, I've been going through so many different therapists, so many different ones. They constantly keep changing it. A lot of it is because of the therapists that I get. They're either like going to another clinic, or they're promoted. They got promoted, and they're gonna do something else in the same field. I keep Skylar says, I keep saying that I want someone who has, yes, work with people with BPD. Yep, I remember you mentioning that. But they keep giving me people who treat me like this. Gosh, man, that is crazy. They probably don't even have anyone. That's what it is, Skylar. Your clinic sounds like they probably don't even have anyone experienced with BPD. That's what that is. That's what that is. No one, they don't, they have not experienced someone with with BPD. I mean, not experienced. They do not have anyone in that clinic who's worked with someone, with BPD. That's what that is. And that's frustrating because how I see this, Skylar, is almost like you're not getting your full. dose of therapy then. If you're just sitting down with someone who has no experience with someone with BPD, you're not even really fully getting your therapy, in my opinion. Like, yes, you're in there, you're venting and you're talking about stuff, but when you mention the BPD stuff to them and they can't form a conversation, like loop a conversation with you or hear you out and hear what you got to say and be considerate to what you're saying with your BPD symptoms and it's constantly being dismissed for something else. Oh no, Skylar. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I feel like you're not getting the full therapy experience as a person with BPD, and that's not okay. That mess is not okay. Skylar also says, "Yeah, I think so as well." Exactly. They don't and I would say, do you, man? See, some okay. Sometimes I bite my tongue because I because I know we're not trying to be rude or anything, but I was seriously like in my head, I'll be like, have you even experienced working with someone with BPD? I have a question like, have you experienced working with someone with BPD? Because I'm trying to tell you what I'm going through and you keep dismissing me. You keep dismissing me. Skylar says, yeah, I agree. I think DBT would help me so much. Of course, the DBT would definitely help you. It definitely will. Some people, I even made a video on my channel when I said DBT. I'm not sure if you watched that yet, but it's titled DBT is literally like a Bible for us with BPD. It's like a Bible. And man, I really wish you could take that class. Yeah, definitely, Skylar. Get some information on if your clinic offers it like in person or at least virtual, at least virtual. But you need to speak to someone that's a professional who knows what they're talking about when it comes to BPD. I kid you not, Skylar. But yeah, in the meantime, if there's a topic, a DBT topic that you need to talk about, definitely let me know. So, like I said, so far I talked about black and white thinking, which I think that's like the ultimate, of our symptoms. Black and white thinking is like the number one thing that a lot of us with BPD suffer with, right? We just so I'm starting to talk a little more about the DBT, I mean BPD type stuff. Have I been saying DBT this whole time? I mean BPD. I hope I've been saying BPD. I don't know if I've been saying DBT. All these dang acronyms got me confused. But yes, let me know if there's a topic or something. Like if you feel dismissed, Skylar, I would definitely love to make it a video. Or if you want to make it an email, email me. And but yes, and I can give you my opinion, my perspective. I can help you vent and stuff like that. And but yeah, that's why see this is why I'm like, I need to make a study group. I need to make a DBT study group because it's very beneficial. It is. Skylar says, my therapist says my therapist, she's actually cutting back her hours. And she asked me if I wanted to refer out. Whoa. And I was like, no, I'll just stay with you. But now I'm like, maybe I should just go through with it. Hmm. I would say this. Um, in the DBT book, they have something called the pros and cons. It's a skill in the DBT book called the pros and cons, and it's in the distress tolerance. If I'm not mistaken, the module is distress tolerance, and they teach you about pros and cons. So to help you answer this question, Skylar, I mean to help you make this decision, we're gonna talk about that skill. So this is a skill to help people make decisions. What I want, well, I don't want to say what I want you to do. Let me just say this. What you can do is weigh out the pros and the cons to this therapist. What are the pros? Okay. Write down all the pros to this therapist. Think about all of the pros and write that down. Now, think about the cons. Okay. Think about all the cons, what you dislike about this therapist. Write that down. Now, combine those lists together. Okay. Combine the lists together, and this will help you make your decision. And to also add on to this little exercise, Skylar, is underneath these lists, Write down how this therapist makes you feel. Does this, ask yourself questions. When I'm having a session with her, am I satisfied? That's the question. After each session, am I satisfied? This will help you make your decision, okay? And because I don't want to say things like, "Oh no, you know what? Go with it. Go with it. She sucks anyways. Go ahead with the get referred out." No, just weigh in the options. Do the pros and cons, okay? What are the pros with this lady? What are the cons with this lady? And ask yourself, am I satisfied after each session? Do I feel heard? Do I feel understood? Did she hear me out? Okay. And let me know how that worked out. Let me, cause that's a skill in our DBT book. It's distress, I believe it's distress tolerance. And they talk about the pros and cons. Um, Skylar says, okay, that's a great idea. Yes, yes, definitely. So and then when you make that verdict, definitely, let me know. Let me know if you like, you know what, I just got referred out because I made my list, Chrissy. Like I made my list and there were more cons than pros. There were more cons than pros. Or you could say, you know what, Chrissy, even though she cut her hours, I still stayed with her because I had her for a while. She knows me a little bit. And there were more pros than cons. So, use that strategy. Skylar says, I'm thinking she's gonna get the boot. So Skylar said, forget that list. I already know. See? She like, I already know my list. You gonna have a whole long list of cons, huh? See? You like, forget that list. I know. See, exactly. Exactly. Get that boot. Hey, like flicker. Bing, bing. Just flicker out of here. Hey, that's a fresh start with a therapist, right? That's a fresh start. I ain't complaining. If you already know those cons is gonna be longer than the pros, bye. Bye, Felicia. I know that's right, Skylar. I know that's right. Yes, a fresh start. Just start ground zero with somebody else. Start ground zero with somebody else. And this is the part. Like if you do go that route where you're gonna start fresh, I highly recommend when you sit down with this therapist, look at them, because it's gonna feel awkward. And I kid you not, begin this session by asking a question. And you need to like, people with quiet BPD, we get nervous, right? We get nervous because I think you say you're a people pleaser. Like, I don't like to make people mad, right? I don't like to make people mad. It's hard for me to be assertive and things like that. I'm telling you right now, when you sit down with this new therapist, if you do go that route, ask this question. Just be like this. I have a question for you. And she may be like, "Ooh, a question. Okay, go ahead." What people say when you say I have a question? They say what is that thing that people say? They can be like this, go for it or not. What do they say? They be like oh, they say shoot. Yeah, shoot. She went shoot. So just say this. I want to know just like and just start your session off just like that. Just pretend like you're looking for the words, right? Because it's going to help you break the ice. Just be like this. So, I wanted to ask you this because in case you haven't read my file or my notes or anything from my previous, therapist. So there's something that I need to know. And I want to ask you, have you ever worked with someone with BPD? Ask that question. I'm telling you right now, ask this in the beginning. Like and just be like, I want to make sure that I work with someone who's familiar with BPD. Make sure, Scott, I kid you not, let that be something to talk about on your first session. And then you can also let her know why this is important to you. Because remember, like I said, remember, Skylar, these sessions are for us. When we see someone, when we are seeing a therapist or a psychiatrist, every minute is dedicated for us. Don't ever feel wrong or weird that you're bringing these things up. This is your time to vent. This is your time to talk about stuff you need to talk about that's on your mind. Who cares if she feels some type of way? Because it's not like you're discrediting her credentials. You're just asking a question. And if she feels some type of way, oh well, because you are indeed a person that's diagnosed with BPD and you want to make sure that you're dealing with someone or, that your therapist is experienced with BPD and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Skylar says, yes, I definitely will. Exactly. Exactly, Skylar. So that is so if you get your new therapist, make sure you get someone who's very experienced with BPD. And I'm grateful for the all of the ones I had so far. I even had like I was so spoiled, Skylar. One of my therapists, and I miss her so much. This is the one that I had an attachment to. Oh my God, I did not take that well. When she says, "Oh, I'm gonna teach, I'm gonna be in another clinic," or what I forgot what she said she had to do. She got promoted. This therapist, Skylar, I was so spoiled. She was one of the teachers of the DBT class. Yes. So I was able to see her in the DBT class and as a therapist. You can't beat that. She was so knowledgeable of DBT because she taught it. She was one of the teachers. So I was grateful, man. And then after her, who else did she find? I think she was also knowledgeable in DBT. And then the one that I also had, yes, she was knowledgeable in DPT. And then the one I have right now, she's knowledgeable. She even knows who created, like the one I have now, she even knows who created DBT, the person's name. She knows how to name all the modules. She knows about the skills. She knows about the diary card. There's something called a diary card. Let me know if you know what that is. A diary card. That's something that we do with DBT. And if you don't know what that is, I might make that a video. The diary card. That is really important. But yeah, so the one I have, she's very knowledgeable on DBT. But yeah, girl, I was grateful, man. I was grateful. The one that I had a few years ago, she was one of the teachers, the DBT teachers. Yeah, Skylar says, wow, that's amazing. Exactly. So I was able to see her in the DBT group, and I was also able to see her in my therapy session. So this is what I'm saying, Skylar, and I know it's 9:20. I'm definitely gonna wrap it up for some more advice for you. This is why I'm saying, Skylar, that for the fact that your current therapist is not, really being there for you and dismissing your the things that you're telling her about and talking to her about, even showing her proof that, hey, look, I'm showing what's in the book. This is what I'm experiencing, and she's dismissing it. Skylar, you are not truly receiving 100% therapy. You're not until you are sitting down with someone who's experienced with BPD. Okay. So please, Skylar, yes. Because when I'm telling you right now, when I'm talking to my therapist, especially like I said, especially the one who was teaching the DBT classes, when I'm talking to her about about my BPD experiences and symptoms, oh my God, it feels amazing because you feel heard. And people with BPD, we love validation, right? We love validation. We don't like to be dismissed. It triggers our black and white thinking when we're dismissed. And I already had a trigger with your therapist, and I never even sat down with your therapist, and I already placed her. I hate to say that because I just made a video about black and white, but I put your therapist in the devaluing side. Okay, I that triggered my black and white thinking, and I'm saying this is not my therapist, but Cecilia Schuyler says no. What is a diary card? So a diary card, in a nutshell, is it's a you're logging your symptoms in on a daily basis from from Sunday to Monday. The diary card has different columns. Each column, so you can put well, I'm sure everybody's diary card is different. There are three symptoms that you want to work on. So let's say you want to work on black and white thinking. So you write down black and white thinking. What's another thing you want to work on? Let's say you want to work on attachment. So then you write down attachment. And then what's another thing we deal with? Let's say you want to work on what's another one? That we can think of some BPD symptoms. Let's say lashing out. Lashing out. So you write these things, you write that down on the diary log. And what you're doing is you're logging these symptoms on a number from 1 to 5. How intense were they? the diary card though it goes hand in hand with DBT skills. So if you never attend like a DBT group, the diary card would be very difficult to fill out. Not difficult, but it would be very strange to fill out because the diary card reflects on the skills that you use to bring that number down. So let's say Monday I had lashing out at a 5. Like, okay, Monday I was like lashing out on people. So you will mark Monday as a 5. What you're doing is you want to see your progress. That's the point of a diary card. You want to see what you want to see the symptoms that you're struggling with on a piece of paper, and you want to mark down the intense, like the intensity. And there's other things too. There's like symptoms you can mark down. What else is on the diary card? Um I'm gonna have to show it to you. There's like different things. It's not just about emotions and stuff like that. It's very intense. And you're just journaling. You're journaling your progress to see if you're getting better with your BPD. So that's pretty much what a diary card is. And after this live, you can also search, on the internet about diary cards, so you can see an example of one. And so yeah, that's a diary card in a nutshell. I hope that kind of makes sense. But you can search a diary card on the internet and just be like, put in the Google searches, what is a diary card DBT? Like, what is a BPD, a DBT diary card? And then the internet will show you some examples when you click on images. Skylar says, yes, exactly. When I tell my current therapist about my BPD, I feel like she's kind of judging or like testing me or something, almost I'm making it up. Ooh wee. Yes. I it sounds like she's gonna get the boot. Yeah, it sounds like yeah, let me know, okay? Keep me posted. I'm on, the what happens with this if you plan on getting referred out because yeah, that's not okay. You need to make sure you see someone who's experienced with BPD. So definitely, and when you get referred out, make sure that you get ready because definitely ask that question. Just say, I'm just asking this question because, and you can mention it, my past therapist, and that's highly important. Say, I need someone to hear me out. My past therapist they dismiss, they just be dismissing me. And the whole point of therapy is to listen to the patient, right? You be like, that's the whole point of therapy, right? You listen to the patient. You don't want to dismiss them, and just see what she says and be like, no, 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 I'm not like that. Because what you're doing is you're building that trust. You're making sure that she better not slip up. It's like, oh man, I better not slip up. I better make sure I give Skylar what she needs. That's what you're see. That's the strategy to this. Mentioning this in the beginning of your appointment, Skylar, lets her know, like, okay, I better make sure I deliver. I better make sure that I'm the therapist that's going to listen to Skylar, that I'm not like the rest. Okay. So this is why that's also important. You want to make sure she knows, like, oh no, I need to be paired up with someone that knows. Okay. So I hope this makes sense to you, and definitely let me know. Cause I need Skylar to get her therapy. Okay. We wanna, I want to make sure that you get your full 100% therapy. Okay, coming from another person with BPD, be borderline personality. But look, not me repping BPD. Who wants BPD? Like, this is nothing to rep about. What the heck am I talking? I need to chill. It's time for me to go to bed. Where my bonnet at? Talking about some BPD woo woo. No, BPD woo woo my ass. Oops, I'm not trying to cuss on. Look at me cursing on my live now. I need to go to bed. Where my bonnet at? Let me put my bonnet on. Talking about some woo woo. Who the heck says woo woo BPD? Like, am I really happy about having? We don't want this mess. Shoot. Oh, look, Skylar laughing. Look, I'm a hot mess. Let me go to bed. Talking about some BPD. Who wants to rep BPD? I want to rep no dang BPD. We don't want that junk. Shoot. Exactly. And Skylar says, yes, I'm gonna be sure to say that. Yes, be sure to say that, Skylar, definitely. But shoot, yeah, it's time to go to bed. I got my got my thing on, get ready for night, finish washing my stuff. I got my dryer going on and stuff I gotta add in the washer. But yeah, let's don't mind me. I'm talking about some woo woo BPD. What the heck? I had to catch myself on. I had to catch myself. Represent no dang borderline personality disorder. That disorder can kiss my, you know what? Shoot, let me try to keep this YouTube friendly because I do got a sailor mouth. Don't worry, I got a sailor mouth. Okay, I know I try my best not to curse, but I'm a sailor, okay? I'm you would think I own a ship. Um, Skylar says no trust. There's people out here who definitely don't have it but want it. Yeah, ain't that yeah. There's people out here that I'm like, do you want it? Like the way they be talking about it, I'm like, what the heck? You must want this. I'm like, here, you can have mine. Here, you want my BPD? Come on. Let's try to do some kind of experiment. Let's go ahead and lay on the floor, put some candles around our body. Let's chant, close our eyes and chant, rock back and forth, some la 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 la, and say some, say some chant and stuff. Kumbaya, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. And then we're gonna turn and then hey, we're gonna blow out the candles and voila. Now you got my BPD. You happy now? You happy? You got my BPD now. Shoot, over here playing with me. Don't play with me. Oh, see, I'm a hot mess. You know what, Skylar, don't mind me. It's you see, it's time for me to go to bed because I'm over here tripping. Skylar says, I don't know why people think BPD is fun. Like what? It's not fun. Exactly, it's not fun. Shoot, all this black and white thinking crap we do and all this mess, all this stuff that be going on. That ain't fun. All this attachment. Look, I'm over here ugly crying on my live stream. Ugly crying and stuff. Like, look at me over here. I played that live back, Chris. Why am I keep calling you? Why am I calling you Chrissy? See. I told you it's time to go to bed. Skylar does not even remotely sounds the same like Chrissy. Why the freak am I keep calling you Chrissy? But exactly, like the stuff that we go through with this mess. I'm telling you, man, we're gonna be singing "Kumbaya" laying on the floor with some candles. We're gonna be laying on our backs. I'm gonna put some candles in a circle, and then we're gonna be singing "Kumbaya," and hopefully, and we're gonna do our little chants. I'm like, here you go. Now you got BPD since you want it so bad. Skylar said it's okay. I could be Chrissy for today. We're gonna call this channel Healing Speak Skylar. Healing Speak Skylar. Girl, we a hot mess. Exactly. Just be Chrissy for the night so I can feel better. So I don't feel bad. I can't wait to play this live back because I want to see when I want to see the live when I called you Chrissy's in the house. I need to see that because I'm gonna be cracking up. That's gonna be my favorite part of the live. I swear it's gonna be my favorite part of the live. I'm like, wait a minute, am I calling I said Chrissy's in the house. I said sincerely, Chrissy. But anyways, let's get ourselves in this bed, Skylar. I'm so glad you joined my live again. Oh my gosh, Skylar. Oh, it's good to see you. I was so happy when I saw you Friday too in my live. I was so happy when I was just chilling on my lunch break and I saw you popping on. I love when I see you pop in. I like when I see all my supporters pop in. I love that. But anyway, Skylar, yes. So I know that was a lot of information. Soak in my advice, okay? Soak in my advice. And don't forget to let me know about, if you got referred out for another therapist. And what's another update? I think that's it. I think that's all the updates for now. And yeah, I might even go randomly live again tomorrow. Skylar says, I know this was needed. Yes, this was my therapy. Exactly. I'm so glad to know that. This is my own channel would be therapeutic to me. I play my own lives back. I do. I play my own lives back. I watch my own videos and stuff like that. Cause it isn't it therapeutic, Skylar? It really is. Like that's why I'm like, I don't feel good today. Let me go live. And I do feel better. I feel 10 times better than earlier. Okay. So I might pop in and do a live on my lunch break because I wanted to go live on my lunch break today, but I had to do some errands on my dang lunch break. So I did some errands, but I don't think I have anywhere to go on my lunch break tomorrow. So yeah. So you may end up seeing me tomorrow, okay? So anyway, Skylar, I'm glad this was your therapy. Yes, I'm gonna be your therapy, okay? I'm your therapy and I'm also your big sister, so don't forget, okay? Um, I'm your virtual sis. And yeah, I hope to see you on my next live, Skylar. Hopefully you can make my next one. But don't worry if you don't ever make a live, I'll just be popping up, okay, live randomly. I want to make sure that I keep my midweek check-ins and stuff like that. So don't worry if you miss a live. Don't worry. You can always check more. And all the heart. Remember that? I was laughing when I was editing my okay, let me because this is the last thing, then I'm getting out of here. Remember when I was like, come on now, let's make a heart. Skylar, I was cracking up. I said, did I really just do that? I was laughing so hard when I was doing this on Friday, trying to have you and D make a little okay, anyway, Skylar, yes, good night. Oh my gosh, I was laughing when I was editing that live. I swear. Skylar says, okay, hopefully I can catch it. Most definitely. You have a wonderful night and tell your son I said good night. I know he don't know me. Like, by the way, Chrissy said good night. He gonna be like, who? Who? Not let me go to bed. Good night. He's like, who said good night? Who the heck is Chrissy, mom? I don't know no Chrissy. I ain't saying good night to her. Shoot. Who the heck is that? Shoot, you got me messed up, mama. Tell them about some good night to some people I ain't never even met. Oh, have a good night. Okay, yeah, it's time for me to go to bed. Thank you. Yeah, tell him good night, Skyler. Let me know his reaction. I want to know his reaction so bad. And make sure you say, Chris, he said good night. I just let me know his reaction. Like, girl, let me tell you something. I told my son, like, you were right. He said, who? I gotta know. But anyways, okay. That was funny. I'm sorry, that was funny. This made my night. I love this live. I love it. I love this live. This has me cracking up. This has me cracking up. I know that's right. Woo. All right. That was funny. Woo, that was funny. That was funny. Hold on. I don't know. I'm just making sure if you say anything before I end it. I don't want to end it too soon. Let me be sure if you saying anything. A strategy that I've been using is I tell people just give me a green heart. If I see a green heart, then I know you ain't talking no more because I don't want to end lives. I don't want to end my life and somebody's still trying to type. So that's my strategy is a green heart. When you if you're not saying anything, just green heart. I said, wait, let me see if she's saying something before I try to hit this X button. Skylar says he's nonverbal, so he'll probably just wave. Oh, that just melted my heart. Give him a wave for me with his handsome self. He'll be like, bye. Oh, Skylar. Yes, give him a wave for me. And that is so sweet. Oh my goodness. Check you out. Oh, I know. Look at me. Look at me getting all squishy. But anyways, all right, Skylar, getting all squishy, squishy. Have a good night.